Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie Grant. I'll be your speaker today. Before I start, I would like my audience to introduce themselves.
Jose Grant.
Dominique Malone.
My name is Gloria Grant.
Selena Grant.
Sonia Solomon.
Brittany McKinley.
Today I'll be giving a speech about the history of black hair. All elaborate designs and hairstyles originate in different groups in Africa. The first known example of dreadlocks dated back to ancient Egypt when dreadlocks appeared on its artifacts. Hair plays a big part in social status and identity in African tribes, even today. The gray apparent styles they wore was a way to determine a person's social status, ethnicity, social rank, age, marital status, wealth, fertility, manhood, and religion. Europeans began to notice the styles and complexity of the hairstyles that the Africans wore, and decided they needed to strip them of their identity in order to control them. Many slave owners shaved the men's hair, as well as women's hair too, which was considered an unspeakable crime to many tribes in Africa. Europeans began to push their standard of beauty onto the slaves, such as having finer skin, lightly colored eyes, straight hair, and thin facial features. The features that black people bore, such as dark skin, kinky hair, and wider facial features, were deemed as ugly and unattractive. Females were often raped by their masters and bore biracial children, which resembled their fathers. The enslaved Africans were given no way to care for their hair, so without having combs or the herbal treatments they traditionally used in their country, they were forced to use bacon grease, butter, kerosene, and a sheep's brush to maintain their hair. In 1789, the Tignon laws were established in Louisiana, which required black women to use fabric to cover their hair in public. Being forced to adapt to the new law, women began buying fabric to use as head wraps and tie them in elaborate ways. In 1845, the metal hop combs were invented by the French and available to the U.S. Madam C.J. Walker created products for blacks, and during this time, the black wore the press and curl style. Slavery ended in 1865, but still left a lot of emotional wounds. The term good hair was coined. Good hair was that was finer, curlier, and closer to that of Europeans than of a black person's. During the 1940s, women still continued to wear the press and curl style. In 1954, Georgie Johnson created a permanent hair straightening chemical for men, but soon after, one came for women as well. In the late 60s, Angela Davis became a well-known icon for black power with her large afro. The afro became a symbol for black power and pride. Natural black features were embraced. This is when the term black is beautiful was coined. In 1977, the Jerry curl, also known as the curly perm, was introduced to the black hair scene and became popular throughout the 1980s. Today, women still choose to wear their hair in its natural state as well as in its relaxed state. A number of women wearing their hair naturally has increased due to them being educated about the harshness of the chemicals used to maintain that look. A lot of these women aspire to have healthier and happier lives, as well as a more active one, and the desire to grow much longer, thicker, and healthier hair. Many natural styles resemble those worn by Africans in the 15th century, both then and today, such as wearing twists and braids, buns, bantu knots. Many people believe that to truly embrace, understand, and appreciate one's skin and hair in its natural state, that one must know their history and maintain a certain level of integrity and respect regarding it. Are there any questions?
Knowing what you know, would you prefer relaxed hair or natural hair?
Well, I've actually had both. I got my hair relaxed when I was about 9. It was like the fad then, everyone had straight hair. But after a while, I started breaking off because I would sleep on it. But knowing what I do now, I prefer my natural hair. There's more versatility. I can have it straight if I want to, curly. I can put in braids and create different textures.
Is it a lot healthier now?
Yeah, it's a lot healthier now. I feel like I can do more to it because with permed hair, you couldn't really color it because it will break off. But with natural hair, you can do anything to change your look, even wear protective styles, not be worried about your hair breaking off either. Are there any more questions?
What advice would you give somebody? Would you tell them to get a perm or would you tell them to go natural?
Honestly, it's their choice, but I would say stay natural because you can always straighten your hair if you want to. It's always best to love the skin you're in.
Okay, I like that. And thank you for all that information.
I would like to thank everyone for taking the time to listen to me today. And on that note, I would like to close with a quote by Marcus Garvey. Remove the kinks from your mind and not your hair.
Oh, very good.